Beth, hey, honey. Beth, Jesus. Sweetheart. Hey, Beth. Clark.
Oh my God, is he dead?
What we are hearing from Beijing is that the outbreak is contained to the Chrysanthemum complex in Hong Kong. 2 deaths and 10 suspected cases.
How are we defining contained?
They're using the same protocols established for SARS. They're quarantining the complex and screening for symptoms.
As of last night, there were 5 deaths and 32 cases.
We have 47 cases and 8 deaths as of 5 this afternoon.
It's a weekend. These numbers might be low. People are staying home for a couple of days, see if they get any better.
So at this point, I think we have to believe this is respiratory. Maybe fomites, too.
What's that, fomites?
It refers to transmission from surfaces. The average person touches their face 2,000 or 3,000 times a day.
2,000 or 3,000 times a day?
3 to 5 times every waking minute. In between, we're touching doorknobs, water fountains, elevator buttons, and each other. Those things become fomites. Sometimes people can be contagious without even having symptoms. We need to know that too. And we need to know how big the population of people susceptible to the virus might be.
We've reached out to the WHO, see what they know.
You were gonna plan it. Can't think of a better time than Thanksgiving.
Plan what?
An attack? Is there any way someone could weaponize the bird flu? Is that what we're looking at?
Someone doesn't have to weaponize the bird flu. The birds are doing that.
Government officials are reporting the closing of Mondale Elementary School in suburban Minneapolis in response to the recent outbreak of a still unknown disease that has so far taken the life of a school nurse and 3 students. Other schools in District 281 will remain open, but parents have been notified to keep home any children with symptoms.
You ever seen anything like this before?
No. And it's still changing. It's figuring us out faster than we're figuring it out.
It doesn't have anything else to do. So we have a novel virus with a mortality rate in the low 20s, no treatment protocol, and no vaccine at this time.
That is correct.
It's hard to know what it is without knowing where it came from, so our first job with these things is always to find ground zero, figure out how it jumped into the population to begin with.
We believe that there are approximately 89,000 cases at this point, and that we are heading toward 267,000. And from there, using our model based on an R-0 of 2, here is where we expect to be in 48 hours.
Where's the fire department?
Jory, don't touch anything.
Help me.
Okay, take your gloves off. Here, give me your hands. Okay, you really rub this in.
Lock the door.
Back in your car, sir. Get back in your car.
No, I'm not. I'm immune. I've already had it. And my daughter's not sick.
She's sick.
She's not. No, we're just trying to get to Wisconsin.
Order is sealed. The governor has declared a quarantine. Get back in your car.
No, we don't want to go back there. We want to go across.
Sir, there is no access.
We're not
Get back
sick.
in your car. Get back in your car or I will detain you.
There are stories circulating on the internet that in India and elsewhere, the drug ribavirin has been shown to be effective against this virus. Yet, Homeland Security is telling the CDC not to make any announcements until stockpiles of the drug can be secured.
Well, Dr. Gupta, there continue to be evaluations of several drugs. Ribavirin is among them. But right now, our best defense has been social distancing. No handshaking, staying home when you're sick, washing your hands frequently. We're working very hard to find out where this virus came from, to treat it, and to vaccinate against it if we can. We don't know all of that yet. We just don't know. What we do know is that in order to become sick, you have to first come in contact with a sick person or something that they touched. In order to get scared, all you have to do is come in contact with a rumor or the television or the internet. I think what Mr. Crumwoody is spreading is far more dangerous than the disease. As of right now, the mortality rate is fluctuating between 25 and 30%, depending upon underlying medical conditions, socioeconomic factors, nutrition, fresh water. With the new mutation, we are predicting an R0 of no less than 4. Without a vaccine, we can anticipate that approximately 1 in 12 people on the planet will contract the disease.
Folks, attention. We appreciate your patience, and we're doing the best we can. We have exhausted our supply of meals ready to eat for today. What? Please remain calm. There's nothing in there!
As the death toll in the United States is now believed to have reached 2.5 million, the president issued a statement today from an undisclosed location implementing mandatory curfews in major metropolitan areas after a second consecutive day of riots in Dallas, Miami, Cleveland, and Phoenix.
The WHO estimates that it could take nearly a year to manufacture and distribute the necessary amount of the vaccine to stop the spread of the virus, which so far has taken over 26 million lives worldwide. But as labs work around the clock to produce the life-saving formula, the question remains, who gets it first?